If you don't have room for a dedicated joiner, or the budget, or the need to often joint boards, but you do have a router table, joining on the router table might just be an option. If you're starting with good material or only need to occasionally clean up an edge for gluing and don't have a joiner, a router table will get the job done. Stay safe in the shop. Read your owner's manual, grab some eye, ear, and lung protection, and use some good common sense. A straight bit is installed for joining. Bigger is better. A larger bit will run smoother just due to the extra mass, and the scallops will have a larger radius. Half-inch shank bits are always preferable to quarter-inch, if your router has a half-inch collet and you have half-inch shank bits. The larger bits will provide a smoother cut. This Bosch table comes with two 16th-inch thick plastic shims for offsetting the fence. The shim is installed behind the outfeed fence. I'm just using one. A 1/16 of an inch is a plenty big bite for joining. The fence knobs are loosened a bit to make room for the shim. The feather boards can be left on and just slid up out of the way. The slot in the shim isn't centered, but it's easy to see which way it goes from the location of the fence bolt. It just slides right in between the main fence structure and the adjustable part. Before tightening the knobs on the fence bolts, I'll make sure there's clearance for the bit. The bit is aligned with the outfeed table. Align the cutter so that it's perpendicular to the fence, then line it up with the outfeed table. I'm using a straight piece of wood to avoid whacking the carbide in the cutter with a piece of metal, like a metal straight edge. Don't touch the cutter with metal or anything hard. And don't use your fingers either. The work is fed this way so it runs against the rotation of the cutter. The outfeed table is offset to allow for the material removed in the joining process. Once it looks good, I'll tighten it down and give it a test run. The test piece is pushed through with steady pressure, and I'm ready to shut down the router motor if the outfeed table sticks out too far and prevents the test piece from being pushed through. A push stick should be used for small pieces. Regardless of the size, your fingers should never be on a path moving towards the bit. That clear shield in the center is normally down lower. I've got it up here only for better camera shots. It's too far away. There's a gap here. I'm taking a little bit too big of a bite and the material isn't supported on the outfeed fence. I'll move the fence towards the bit just a little bit and give it another test run. This time you can see it's just right. The jointed portion just kisses the outfeed table and it feeds through nicely without rocking. Now that it's adjusted perfectly, I'll run the 2 sample pieces. The router motor has a soft start. The noise you hear before the bit spools up is the shop vac. Both pieces cleaned up really nice. It leaves a straight, smooth edge for gluing, and the 2 pieces come together with no gap. Clamped up tight, this will make a nice, tight glue joint. So, if you don't have a joiner, no space for one, no money to spend, a router table can be used to put a respectable joint on a narrow board. If you liked the video or find it helpful, be sure to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you're so inclined. Thanks for watching.